Hello everybody and welcome back to BeJoy in the kitchen. I am BeJoy and this is my kitchen. So what do we have today? Well, it's corn season still. I was able to snag some more good ears from the market last weekend, and that made me really excited because I thought it was really going to be going away, but it hasn't. So anyway, a few weeks ago I got to be a guest, not a guest, but a participant on a Zoom cooking call with Chef Danny Bowen from Mission Chinese Food in New York and San Francisco, and it was a great opportunity. And one of the things that I learned from Chef Danny was how to roast corn in the oven and actually also on the grill outside. I had my own method where I generally just unhusked it, then I would wrap it in foil, then I'd put it on the grill and then turn it. But he gave me a whole new technique, which is to roast it either in the oven or on the grill. Bring it home from the market and just leave the husk on. And what I chose to do is cut the little end off and the other end off so it looked like this. And put it in the oven, a 450 oven for approximately 30 minutes. And you'll be able to smell when it begins to get done. And these outside husks will turn brown, not always this brown, sometimes a little lighter than that. And what this does is it takes out all of the mess of husking corn all over the kitchen and making a big mess. So this, just like that, I've roasted this up and I'm just gonna remove the husk very simply. And with it, pretty easily comes off all those ugly strings that are very difficult to get off when the corn is fresh. Once it's cooked, look at that, it comes off so much more easily. And I didn't even tell you what we're making today, did I? Today we're going to make a recipe of my own called Mexican Fiesta a la BeJoy. And I made it up, I don't know, several years ago when corn was in season, and I thought, what can I do with corn? Well, it goes with black beans, and what else can I put in it to make a little bit of an entree, actually. So there we have it. Look how easy that was to take off most of the springs, just like that. Wow. Voila. And you can see where it's got the little grill marks right here, and just in my oven, just on the rack in the oven, 450 degrees in the oven, just naked on the rack, no pan necessary. And I'm just going to go ahead and take the corn off like this, just with a knife. There are those little things that you can scrape it off with. I have one of those corn scrapers, but honestly what I found that the knife is just as easy. And I'm not going to look up at you because I really do value my fingers and my hands and my wrists. So I'm going to continue to look down like that. And there you have it. So I just wanted to show you how to do that with your corn. You're going to start with three ears of corn, and then I'm going to put this over here in my corn bowl. I already did the other 2 ears of corn, so not necessary. And if you have big ears, you might want 3. If you've got small ears, you may want to go 4. But this is about the amount of corn that I come up with. So I've got the corn. All right, and so while I was waiting for you, as usual, I diced up a medium-sized red onion, and then I've been slow cooking it over the fire on the stove top for about 20 minutes so that it comes out looking like that. To that, I'm going to put and I did about 2 slugs of olive oil. I like olive oil for this recipe. What I'm going to do now is turn this back on, and I'm going to add a tablespoon of chili powder. Now, it's up to you. Again, do you like it spicy? Then you can use a really spicy, like a spicy chili powder. I'm using a middle-of-the-road chili powder here just to make it mild, on the mild side for the people that are going to be eating this. And what I like to do is add my spice after I've done my onions. Well, that's my oven telling me it's ready. I have potatoes in there. All right, so I've got this coming back up to speed, and I was trying to figure out how I was going to show you guys what I was doing, but I need like a second camera, so just bear with me. I'm going to turn around and put it in the pan, and at the end I'll show you what it looks like, but you'll see what's going in there on the way. All right, so I hear a little sizzle here. Again, try and cook your onions as slowly as possible. It gives them more flavor that way. And the other thing is I like to heat my oil in a cold pan. I put the oil in the cold pan, turn it up until I can hear a little sizzle when I throw in one little piece of diced onion. All right, so to that I'm going to add the tablespoon and just turn it around here in the stove until you can smell it. I don't know, 20, 30 seconds, not long. To that, we're going to add our 3 ears of roasted corn that are now off the cob. Mix that around until it gets a nice little bit of a color. Guess I could probably just take it off and kind of show you right now what that's going to look like. Just a little bit of color to it. And I've got my flame out and my stove is 6. To that, I'm going to go ahead and add 1 can of roasted diced green chilies. And again, if you're a hot person and you like really hot stuff, I would, add some jalapeños to that. This is kind of a very flexible recipe for what your taste in heat, your heat level that you like. Do that. That's what that's going to look like. I know I'm going to have to get a better camera angle thing going. And to that, I cooked up a cup of dry black beans, and they came out to be, 1 cup of dry came out to be about 3 cups of cooked, in fact. But that's also the equivalent of 2 cans of black beans. So either way, I like to cook my beans from scratch, but you come home and you don't want to have to remember to put the beans on and put them in the pot and wait overnight and cook them in the morning. Then just go buy 2 cans and rinse them. And you put those in here as well. Mix that around. And this is looking good, I will tell you. I think anyway. You've got a little bit of the green chili and the black beans and the corn. And then when that gets hot, a little bit hotter than it is right now, I'm going to turn my flame up just a little, just for the speed cooking on camera. Just like that. I'm going to go ahead and add the juice of 2 limes. Again, we're flexible. If they're little limes, you might want to add more. If they're, big limes, less. And it's just that simple. And you don't need to cook it very long because everything in here has already been cooked. So the preparation is a little bit longer than the actual cooking time. And you can cook it around. The flavors really don't need to cook that much together. They're really pretty much, whoa, there it goes up. So what I'm going to do here is pull this off so you can see what it looks like. Just like that. So you've got your black beans, your roasted corn, diced red onion, tablespoon or so of chili powder, green chilies, and lime juice. And so how you'll want to serve this, and I'm not going to show you now because this is the story. We were invited to dinner to some friend's house tomorrow night. And we were talking, and I said, well, I was going to make a BeJoy in the kitchen, and I was going to be making this Mexican Fiesta a la BeJoy. And so it turns out we're invited to dinner, we're bringing dinner. And how I'm going to serve that tomorrow night is I'm going to do it with, there's these jicama, I guess they're jicama tortilla wraps that Trader Joe's has. And it'll be my first time using them. I'm going to bring those along with regular corn tortillas. The other way I've served this before would be on a lime cilantro rice. And then the third way I've served it is on a soft polenta. So you have a lot of options for serving, but I'm not going to do it today and show you those options because then there wouldn't be anything left to just feed our friends for dinner for tomorrow night. Anyway, my wish for you this week is to be joy in your own kitchen and enjoy the yum. Until next time.